Dodgers fans, what a ride this season has been. The Los Angeles Dodgers are once again on top of the National League West, and it is not just another division title to add to the trophy case. It is a statement of dominance that has lasted for more than a decade. 12 division championships in the last 13 years, 12 consecutive seasons, finishing with at least 90 wins. That is the type of consistency that only dynasties can dream of. In fact, the only other franchise that has managed a stretch like that is the New York Yankees. And when you're being mentioned in the same breath as the Yankees, you know you are standing on historic ground. This is a team that has redefined what it means to stay competitive year after year, no matter what challenges come their way. Think about how difficult that really is in Major League Baseball. Every season rosters change, injuries hit, bullpens collapse, players slump, and yet through all of that the Dodgers always find a way to stack victories and finish on top of the West. That type of dominance is not built overnight, and it is not fueled by luck. It is the product of an organization that understands how to build, how to adjust, and how to keep pushing forward even when the road gets bumpy. The critics at the start of the year said the bullpen was shaky. They questioned the pitching depth. They doubted the ability to put together another 90-win campaign. And yet, here we are, talking once again about a division crown and another October filled with expectations that go far beyond just making the postseason. Because for the Dodgers, winning the West is not the ultimate goal. The real focus is bringing another World Series title back to Los Angeles. When you are this consistent, when you're this dominant, the bar gets raised. Nobody is satisfied with just celebrating a division banner. The standard is a championship, plain and simple. And if you have been paying attention, you know that this year feels like something bigger is brewing. From the first pitch of the season, the Dodgers have looked like a team on a mission, and that mission ends with a parade in downtown Los Angeles. That is the vision, that is the belief, and the way this team is built, it does not sound far-fetched at all. Now, of course, before we start dreaming about that trophy, there is business to handle. The big question right now is who the Dodgers will face in the opening round. A lot of fans are looking at the standings and wondering if it will be the Cincinnati Reds or the New York Mets. Both are in a mix, both have something to play for, but if you break it down, the Mets have the upper hand. They are already one game ahead, and while the Reds are finishing their season against the Brewers, a playoff-bound squad with plenty of talent, the Mets are lining up against Miami, a team that has nothing to fight for at this point. All New York has to do is win 2 out of those 3 games, and they will lock things up. That is why, if you're a Dodgers fan preparing for October, you better start picturing the Mets in that first-round series at Dodger Stadium. And that first round is shaping up to be electric. 3 games, all of them in Los Angeles, and you know the crowd is going to be insane. Dodger Stadium in October has an energy unlike anything else. The place shakes with every strikeout, every big hit, every rally. If you're a player on the other side, that atmosphere can swallow you whole. For the Dodgers, it is home, it is fuel, it is exactly what they need to start the postseason with momentum. But while the team is lining up its playoff plans, there is another storyline that goes beyond numbers and standings. Clayton Kershaw, the face of the Dodgers for nearly 2 decades, is preparing for the final start of his legendary career. 18 seasons in the big leagues, 3 Cy Young Awards, an MVP, a World Series ring, and countless unforgettable moments on the mound. He has defined what it means to be a Dodger, what it means to be a competitor, and on Sunday, he will take the ball for the last time. His final home start was emotional, but now he gets to close the chapter in Seattle, one last game, one last chance to see the great lefty carve through hitters with that signature curveball. It is hard to even put into words what Kershaw has meant to this franchise. He is not just a pitcher, he is a symbol of excellence. For years, every 5th day felt like a holiday in Los Angeles because you knew number 22 was going to be on the mound, and more often than not, he was going to give you a masterpiece. The numbers alone put him in the Hall of Fame on the very first ballot, but it is the memories that make him truly unforgettable. The duels with the best hitters in the league, the no-hitter, the postseason battles, the way he carried the team through stretches when they needed him most. Now it all comes to an end, and Sunday will be the day when baseball fans everywhere get to say goodbye to a legend. Even with Kershaw's farewell, the the Dodgers still need to manage the final days of the regular season carefully. These games may not affect the standings anymore, but they matter for setting up the rotation and making sure everyone is ready for the intensity of October. That is why Michael Grove and Emmett Sheehan are being used strategically, why Tyler Glasnow is scheduled to pitch, and why the Dodgers are aligning everything so that their top arms are rested and ready when the postseason begins. These last few games are like the dress rehearsal before the big show. They might not count in the standings, but they are crucial for preparation. Looking ahead, the prediction game is already underway. Who gets the ball in Game 1? Who follows in Game 2? What happens if there is a decisive Game 3? The safe bet is that Blake Snell takes the mound to open the series. He has the experience, the stuff, and the rest lined up perfectly for that Tuesday start. Behind him, Sheehan has shown he can handle big moments, and with the way the Dodgers are positioning him, he looks ready to go in Game 2. If the series needs a third game, then Yoshinobu Yamamoto is the man you want on the mound. That is a rotation that can dominate any lineup in baseball, and if the Dodgers can take care of business quickly, they can roll into the next round with Yamamoto ready to lead against Philadelphia. So here we are, Dodgers fans, standing at the edge of another October, staring down the possibility of something special. The regular season has been conquered, the West has been won, the streak of 90-win campaigns continues, and history keeps piling up. But now comes the true test, the moment that will define whether this season becomes just another chapter in a long run of success or the one that ends with champagne showers and a championship banner. The team looks locked in, the fans are ready, and the stage is set. As the postseason picture sharpens, the Dodgers are in a fascinating position, not just because of their dominance, but because of the way their path is shaping up. When you look at this roster, you see a mix of established veterans and rising stars, players who have been through the grind of October before, and players who are about to feel the intensity of the playoff for the very first time. That balance is powerful. It creates a clubhouse atmosphere where the old guard passes wisdom to the next generation, while the younger guys bring energy and a fearless approach. It is a formula that can carry a team through the chaos of playoff baseball. The potential matchup against the New York Mets in the wild card round adds even more intrigue. The Mets are not a pushover by any stretch. They have talented hitters, capable arms, and they will be desperate to prove that they belong on the same stage as the Dodgers. But desperation alone does not win games in October. Experience does, preparation does, and execution does. That is where Los Angeles holds the edge. When you stack the Dodgers' depth against what New York can bring to the table, the difference is clear. It does not mean the games will be easy. Nothing in the postseason ever is. But it does mean the Dodgers are built to survive the blows and counterpunch when it matters most. What makes this year particularly intriguing is the way the Dodgers' pitching has been managed. Fans have had plenty of moments to worry about the bullpen, and let us be honest, there were stretches where it looked shaky. Leads slipped away, late innings felt like walking a tightrope, and questions swirled about whether this team could hold up in October pressure. Yet, over the final weeks of the season, something started to click. The addition of Roki Sasaki provided a huge boost. The return of veterans like Kershaw steadied the ship, and the way the coaching staff positioned Sheehan to swing between starting and relief showed that they were thinking ahead. Every move down the stretch had a purpose, even if the games were technically meaningless in the standings. That is the kind of detail-oriented planning that separates good teams from great ones. And then there is the emotional heartbeat of this postseason run, Clayton Kershaw's farewell. It is impossible to ignore what his final appearances mean, not just to the Dodgers, but to the entire baseball world. Imagine the weight of knowing that each pitch could be his last in a Dodgers uniform, that every time he steps on the mound, it is history in motion. His start in Seattle will close the book on one of the greatest pitching careers of all time. And even though he will not be starting in the playoffs, the thought of him being available in the bullpen is goosebumps material. Think about the electricity of a packed Dodger Stadium, a tight playoff game in the 7th or 8th inning, and suddenly number 22 walks out of the bullpen gate. That moment alone could define October, regardless of the outcome. Of course, while the Kershaw storyline tugs at the heart, the bigger picture is still about stacking wins and moving through the bracket. If the Dodgers line up Snell for Game 1, Sheehan for Game 2, and Yamamoto as the safety net for Game 3, they have as good a trio as any team in the postseason. Snell brings that Cy Young pedigree, the ability to neutralize big bats and dominate a lineup with his stuff. Sheehan offers a different look, youthful fire, and the kind of arm that can surprise hitters who have not faced him often. Then you unleash Yamamoto, the international star with precision and poise, in the most crucial moment if the series goes the distance. That 1-2-3 punch does not just win a wild card round. It sets the tone for the entire postseason run. The challenge, of course, does not end with New York. Should the Dodgers advance, the road could lead straight to Philadelphia, a team that has become something of a modern rival in October. The Phillies are stacked with power bats. They have their own rotation depth, and their home field is notoriously hostile. But again, this is where the Dodgers' consistency comes into play. They have been here before, they know how to adjust, and they know what it takes to quiet a raucous opposing crowd. If Yamamoto lines up as the Game 1 starter in that series, it gives Los Angeles exactly the type of advantage they want, a fresh ace ready to set the tone in a hostile environment. Beyond the pitching, you cannot overlook what the Dodgers lineup has done all season. They are relentless. 1 through 9, there are no easy outs, no breathers for opposing pitchers. The power is there, the patience is there, and the ability to manufacture runs when the home run is not coming is there as well. That versatility is crucial in October, when runs are harder to come by and every mistake is magnified. It is not just about the stars carrying the load either. The depth pieces, the role players, they often become the heroes in the postseason. Every championship run has those unexpected moments, and the Dodgers are stacked with guys capable of delivering them. Now, some people still question whether the lack of a longer break before the playoffs could hurt. Unlike some other postseason structures, the Dodgers are not going to get much time off. Just a single day before diving into the wild card round. For some, that might sound like a disadvantage, but if you really look at the nature of this game, it might actually be a blessing. Baseball is about rhythm, is about staying sharp, and sometimes too much rest can cool down a hot team. The Dodgers enter the postseason on a roll, and keeping that momentum alive is exactly what they need. Playing Tuesday, Wednesday, and possibly Thursday keeps them locked in, keeps the edge sharp, and prevents the lull that has tripped them up in past Octobers. So here we are, standing on the edge of what could be a historic run. The division has been conquered, the records speak for themselves, the roster is built to win, and the city of Los Angeles is buzzing with anticipation. There is pressure, of course, because when you have been this successful for this long, expectations are sky high. But pressure is what defines greatness. This team has been under the microscope for years, and they continue to deliver. Now, the only question left is whether they can finish the job. The opportunity is there, the pieces are in place, and the storylines could not be more dramatic. The postseason is about to begin, and the Dodgers are right where they belong, at the center of the baseball universe with everything to play for. But before we move forward, don't forget to join our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep delivering the latest news about the Los Angeles Dodgers. We'd love to hear your thoughts on the news, so drop a comment below. In what could be one of the most shocking moves of the MLB offseason, whispers around the league suggest that Juan Soto, the young superstar outfielder, has officially chosen to leave the New York Yankees and sign a 4-year deal with the Los Angeles Dodgers. Sources close to the negotiations claim that the deal, which reportedly comes with an astronomical salary and performance incentives, marks a seismic shift in the balance of power across Major League Baseball. While nothing has been confirmed by the teams, the mere idea of Soto donning the Dodgers' powder blue has sent fans and analysts alike into a frenzy. Insiders hint that the move might have been motivated by a combination of factors: the Dodgers' star-studded roster, their consistently competitive environment, and perhaps a lingering tension in the Yankees clubhouse. Soto, known for his remarkable plate discipline and prodigious power, has been one of the most coveted free agents in recent memory, and speculation around his next destination has dominated sports chatter for months. According to murmurs from sources close to the player, the outfielder made it clear he wanted a team with championship aspirations and a clear path to the playoffs, and Apparently, Los Angeles checked all the boxes. The timing of the alleged signing has raised eyebrows, coming shortly after what many consider a humiliating exit from the Yankees. Fans on social media have been quick to react, with some celebrating Soto's potential arrival on the West Coast, while others bemoan the Yankees' misfortune. Analysts are already forecasting the impact of Soto's presence in the Dodgers lineup, suggesting he could be the missing piece in a team that has consistently fallen just short of World Series glory. If the rumors hold true, the Dodgers would not only be acquiring one of the most talented young hitters in the game, but also making a statement. They're willing to spend big to dominate the National League for years to come. Meanwhile, the Yankees are left to regroup, facing questions about how they allowed one of the brightest stars in baseball to slip through their fingers. For now, fans, pundits, and rival teams alike will have to wait for official confirmation, but the buzz surrounding Juan Soto and the Dodgers is already electrifying the baseball world. That's all for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay up to date with exclusive news about the Los Angeles Dodgers, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We always appreciate your comments and feedback. See you in the next video.